Hey Sens, and welcome back to The Surge.
This month we've got highlights from ECS homecoming football, an inside look at college football trends, and a standout golfer from our team.
I'm Cooper Effing.
And I'm Lauren Taylor, and your October Surge starts now.
To begin, ECS had a pretty great homecoming week a little while back.
I enjoyed all the events we did, and every year those events lead up to the homecoming football game.
We had to face our rivals again, which has been a long, hard fight for many years. Let's check out that report by Claire.
Tonight is the ECS homecoming football game. The 3 and 5 Sentinels will face the 7 and 1 Kings. A lot is riding on this game, as they have not beat us since 2016. Will we still be able to win this time? Let's see.
Starting the game, Mike Mitchell scored the first touchdown to give ECS the lead, but the Kings quickly answered back. At the end of the second quarter, the Kings kicked a field goal, bringing the score to 10-7. The coronation took place during halftime, and this year's king and queen are Liam Eving and Angelina Izagari. In the third quarter, the Sentinels regained the lead at 14-10, with Mike Mitchell scoring another touchdown. By the end of third quarter and the start of fourth, SFCA scored 2 more touchdowns, making it 24-14. ECS fought hard until the end, but the game finished with a final score of 24-21, making it a close loss.
The effort was there, but the detail just wasn't, it just wasn't where we needed it to be for 4 quarters. And going against a good team like that, a good program that has shown, progress each year, it's going to catch you one day, and it got us tonight. Take the pain and the emotions that we have right now, and you get to work and you learn with it. You learn from them.
I should have known being on the 1-yard line. That was an awful decision. Bad play making by me. There was an option to run the ball, and I've been doing it all night. I just thought I could get one up on them, hit the receiver fast. So that's miscommunication on me. They were able to punch the ball in and bring us down.
In the end, we lost the game, but Coach Mitchell said there are still some good things that can come from this loss. The Sentinels still have to improve in some big things, like penalties and execution, as they look to the end of this season and next year. For ECSN, I'm Claire Xu.
What a game, a close finish, and plenty of memorable moments from homecoming week.
Moving on, buyout culture is growing in college football, highlighting how Power 5 schools are paying the price for bad coaching.
Many examples show how schools can prioritize contracts over the sport and student priorities. Let me tell you all about it. In college football today, coaching buyouts have reached a point that feels excessive. Every season, we see programs parting ways with head coaches and writing enormous checks in the process. What used to be a rare expense has now become a regular part of the game, and it raises real questions about priorities in college athletics. This year alone, Power 5 programs are expected to owe more than $200 million to fired coaches. Texas A&M set the tone with Jimbo Fisher's nearly $77 million buyout, the largest in college football history. And in 2025, several high-profile coaches have already been fired. On September 14th, Deshaun Foster and Brent Pye. On September 23rd, Mike Gundy. Sam Pittman on September 28th. James Franklin and Trent Bray on October 12th. Billy Napier and Jay Norvell on October 19th. Brian Kelly on October 26th. Hugh Freeze on November 2nd. These are staggering figures for institutions that claim to value education first. It's no longer about paying for success. It's about paying for mistakes, and the money ultimately comes from donors, boosters, and sometimes the schools themselves. In my view, buyout culture has gone too far. It's created a system where failure can be rewarded and financial risk is passed on to universities and students. College football is supposed to represent teamwork, discipline, and competition, but the growing emphasis on contracts and payouts makes it feel more like a business than a sport.
Until colleges start treating coaching contracts with the same responsibility that they accept from players, the cycle of buyout culture will only continue. For ECSN, this has been
Thanks, Lauren. There's a lot to think about as programs navigate these changes both on and off the field.
Well, moving back to high school sports, Hunter Hayes has played golf throughout his academic career.
He has shown himself as a standout player and leader in many ways, appearing to lead on the team. Let's check out my report.
So when Hunter was born, he was always out and about on the golf course. So he's been exposed to it since he was a baby.
What inspired me to keep playing? Probably just my dad. My dad was a big part of my golf. Like, I don't know, he pushed me to do it, you know? Pushed me to practice, pushed me to play, pay for my tournaments, everything like that. Like, he was a real supporter. The strongest part of my game is probably like my driver, like off the tee. Probably the worst part about my game is my mental game, you know? Like, it just gets in my head sometimes. When you underperform, like, especially when you underperform when you need to perform well, it's very mentally taxing, I guess.
It's more of the approach of how could you have handled that differently, or if you had that to do over again, would you have made a different choice? And that goes on the golf course and in life in general.
I wanted to be a pro golfer for a long time. I wanted to like sign on signing day, and then I just kind of like goofed off my like junior and sophomore year, you know. Like I was pretty decent, and then I just like focused on other things, you know. Kind of put golf on the back burner. Play with your friends, have fun. Don't be too hard on yourself. That's definitely one of the things that I do it's made the game a lot less enjoyable at times. I'd say like the most memorable rounds of golf I play are just the ones I practice with my friends. You know, those are very memorable. A lot of jokes, a lot of laughing, you know, a lot of goofing off. It's really fun.
I wonder if Hunter is still going to play golf at the next level.
Well, he won't. However, he told me that he'll keep playing with friends and family. Our last story for this month kicks off the winter sports season.
Our boys soccer team is kicking off their new season with hopes of doing better than their not so good last season, and they're trying new and different strategies to give them the edge against their opponents. Let's take a look at the start to their season.
The Sentinels are getting ready for their new season, hoping for a better outcome than last year. With new strategies and new energy, they take the field ready to prove themselves. But in their game against North Fort Myers, things didn't go as planned. The team couldn't find their rhythm, and the goals kept coming.
Well, I think everything changes a little bit as the season goes on, but one of the foundations of what we ended last year was hard work and teamwork, and I think that that's something that we want to build on and keep going this year.
During the offseason, the Sentinels stayed busy getting ready for the year ahead. They spent time preparing, staying focused, and building up for what they hoped would be a stronger start.
So in the offseason, we've been working on like one-on-one defense and just keeping our shape. We have new people, so we're just kind of trying to get used to it and keep rolling on.
Even with all the time they put in before the season, the Sentinels know the job isn't finished. The team is still growing, learning, and they understand there's more work ahead if they want to reach their goals.
I think so. I think we got a lot more work to do, and that's always why preseason games are good, is we identify some areas we need to work on, and we are able to adjust and move forward.
Going to work on, I feel like we're not doing great in defense right now, but we could do greater in offense, but we just got to learn on defense for now and keep sticking with that and not do much more than that.
It wasn't the start they wanted, but the Sentinels aren't giving up. They know it's a long season and every game is a chance to get better. With hard work and focus, they're determined to keep moving forward. For ECSN, this is Andrew Farrig.
Well, they aren't off to a great start after their game against North Fort Myers, so they'll have to keep working if they want to do better. Well, that wraps up this month's edition of The Surge.
Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next month.